A lot of people have been asking me about the Jubilee surrounded debate that I did a few weeks ago. It's now crossed 10 million views on YouTube, and folks are wondering what my strategy was for debating some of those freaks and loons. Some of you have even been wondering what I was thinking at key moments in that debate, what I was trying to achieve. So here, from me, are 7 lessons for debating, for arguing, for rhetorical combat that I believe you can learn from my Jubilee debate with 20 far-right conservatives. Let's begin. Lesson number 1, always go on the offensive, because the best defense is a good offense. Too often, progressives just let conservatives beat them up, rhetorically, I mean. We adopt this kind of defensive crouch, but that's not what you should do when you're confronted by a bully. You have to hit back hard. That's what I did with Richie, who insisted I wasn't an American. He was the real American. A Native American.
What I'm trying to get you to do to reach a common ground here.
We're not going to reach a common ground because you said I'm not American.
Please try.
I don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're not.
I don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're not American due to values.
I don't think you're not American on values either. I think you're a little fascisty, a little racisty. Don't back down and don't back off. And always make sure you get the last word.
It's either that or get replaced in my country. What do you want me to do?
Oh, you and your replacement bullshit.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
Oh, wow. That's 3 people so far. Let's keep counting. We should be nicer to you, otherwise you'll deport us. What a great argument. This is the free speech debate camp. It's not your country, my friend. It's our country, whether you like it or not. Lesson number 2, divide and rule. When you're facing multiple opponents, when you're outnumbered, the best way to deal with them is to turn them against one another. Look, I'm not just American, as I told the Jubilee folks. I'm also British. We invented divide and rule. And that's what I did against poor old Mateen. I explained to him, genuinely, why his side will never love him.
Let's put it this way. I mean, I'm an immigrant too, from Iran.
Okay.
There isn't even
How do you feel about the fact that people here want you out? Are you okay with that?
I'm here to debate you, not debate them.
I mean, you're all on the same side. You're part of one group.
No.
You've been clapping each other.
No, I mean, there are conservatives here. There are far-right people here. There are Republicans
But how
here.
do you feel about that guy wanting me and you to leave?
But, you know,
I'm just wondering. Wait, this is the topic of immigration.
It's not
how
about
do you feel about the guy?
It's not about my feelings towards them.
Okay.
It's about staying on this topic.
Okay.
And
Immigrants are good for America, yeah. You and me, we're good for America. And the guy over there wants us to leave. So I'm just wondering how you feel about that. I also did it against Lance. I split him from the group. I think I turned them against him. Kash Patel said that Epstein killed himself. Do you agree with that?
Whatever he says goes then. Yeah, I don't care.
You do?
He knows more information than I do.
A lot of MAGA people are upset.
He knows
with
more
Kash Patel
information than I do.
that.
But here's the actual claim.
Suddenly people are trying to vote you out because you said you agree with Kash Patel on Epstein. Lesson number 3, expose the contradictions. Walk your opponent through their own foolishness, their own clear inconsistencies. Make it clear to your opponent, as well as everyone watching, how brazenly and demonstrably wrong they are. Do it in real time. Remember how it all began with Daniela? Immigrants are Americans. I'm an immigrant and an American.
Well, immigrants are not Americans. Americans are the people that were born here.
And then?
My parents came as immigrants to become naturalized, so I'm not necessarily opposed to immigrants.
So you're the child of immigrants?
Correct. I'm a child of immigrants. I was born
But you don't accept that immigrants are Americans?
Not at this moment.
So your parents are not Americans?
Not at this moment.
So hold on, your parents are not Americans?
They're citizens. They became naturalized.
So I pounced on her clear contradiction. You just said you can't be citizens by being naturalized.
No, I was born here, and I'm not
Yeah,
opposed
you're born
to
here,
naturalization.
Right?
I never
But are your
said
parents,
that I'm against naturalization.
Are you against naturalization?
No, I never said I was against
you
naturalization.
did. You began. Everyone was here. They can play it back on YouTube. You said Americans or immigrants. Are your parents Americans or immigrants?
No, my parents are United States citizens.
But they're immigrants, you said.
No, they came here as immigrants. However, but
So they
I want
are
to make the
immigrants.
claim that we cannot
I came here as an immigrant. I'm an immigrant.
But at this point, when they came, the United States
People aren't happy
economy...
with the way this is going for you. Lesson number 4, bring receipts. This is key. You want to win a debate, even with self-confessed fascists and white supremacists, you have to know your stuff. You have to have your facts and figures ready to go. Your stats, your data. You need to have done your homework, done your prep. You need to really know your own side of the argument, but you also need to know the other side of the argument, their argument. And then you got to just drop those truth bombs. You got to overwhelm them with superior knowledge and all that homework in your head. If you do the prep, it really can be that simple and that devastating. Take a look. Donald Trump pardoned almost 1,600 people who were involved in January the 6th. I think 600 of them had been charged with assaulting a police officer or obstructing a police officer. 170 had pled guilty to assaulting a police officer. Did you know, Cyrus, that the top 1% dodge $163 billion in taxes every year, while undocumented people pay $100 billion in tax. So
Well,
I know where my anger is against.
there-
In fact, 1898, as you well know, we get Wong Kim Ark, Supreme Court case, Wong Kim Ark versus the United States. And the Supreme Court says, yes, even the child of undocumented Chinese immigrants is an American citizen. Should we do statistics? According to statistics, immigrants are 80% more likely to be entrepreneurs than native-born Americans.
Sure,
They're more
absolutely.
likely to start
No,
businesses
I'm aware of
and
that.
hire Americans.
No, I'm aware of
right?
that,
Immigrants
but
are
we
more
also-
likely to pay in taxes than
Yeah.
take out in benefits.
And
They're
I'm-
more likely to add to innovation and jobs and wages. This is what the statistics show. The Congressional
yeah, I
Budget Office.
understand how you
Let me just finish my
understand
point and then let you come back
Okay,
in.
go
The
ahead.
Congressional Budget Office, which is bipartisan, Republicans and Democrats both use it. They have said that the immigration surge that you mentioned will lead to an extra $9 trillion of GDP over the next 10 years. I came prepared with my receipts, and you'll note that the independent fact checks on screen backed me, not them. Lesson number 5, mock them. Mock them, because in the right circumstances, mockery works. The right use of humor, of joking at your opponent's expense, can be deadly in a debate. The famous Roman orator Cicero was said to have used jokes as weapons of war, as a source of rhetorical power. And that's what I tried to do from time to time during that surrounded debate. Remember cool, calm Richie? Right now, you're doing a very bad job of making the case that he's not pro-crime
I just
and
got a
pro-criminal.
round of applause. I could probably get another one actually if I asked for it.
Wow.
So I don't think I'm
is
doing
this how
as
you
bad.
get rounds of applause? You sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing. Amazing. That
Well,
must
wait
make you
till
feel
this comes
good.
out. You know,
But wait, there's more.
as Timbo is.
Pause.
I think the people who clapped you have voted you out.
All right.
Sorry, I just couldn't resist. By the way, when it comes to mockery, sarcasm has its place too. Well, you weren't aware that American citizens are being deported. It's a pretty big story.
Yeah, the
Maybe if
child
you
that
read the
probably
fake
went
news,
with
you might know.
Irma. What?
If you read the fake news, you might know what's going on. A lot of
Oh,
American
how would I
citizens
know what's going
have been
on if I
deported.
read fake news? I don't watch CNN or Rachel Maddow.
That's,
Sorry.
That's why you don't know that your fellow citizens have been deported this year. Lesson number 6, don't budge. When you have a point to make or a question to ask that isn't being answered, when you're confronted by an opponent who is being evasive, deflecting, trying to change the subject, don't budge. Don't move on. Don't get distracted. Keep hammering away. 5 times I had to ask the same question to Mateen, the genocide apologist. So when children are shot in the head by Israeli snipers not responsible for that?
Look,
It's a simple question.
Here's the problem.
When Israeli snipers shoot Palestinian children in Gaza in the head, as eyewitness testimony and doctors' testimony proves, that's not the fault of the Israeli snipers.
This is the problem, because when you have a
The problem is you won't answer the question. I'll ask you a third time. When Israeli snipers shoot Palestinian children in the head, is that not the fault of Israeli snipers?
Well, you gotta let me finish.
No, you got to answer the question. 4th time.
Well,
when Israeli
I will
snipers
get to
shoot
your answer.
Palestinian children in the
I
head,
will get to your
we're running out
answer.
of time. I need to
Well,
know what you think about innocent children.
because I will
what
get
you
your-
said was pretty outrageous. You said
I will
so-called
get to your answer.
innocent Palestinians. For the 5th time, when Palestinian children are shot in the head by Israeli snipers,
What
is that
did-
not the fault
what-
of Israeli
what did those
snipers?
children do?
And I had to ask pretend economist Joseph the same question 6 times. But it was worth it once I got an answer out of him. The
Let's hear it.
majority of studies say that wages are not impacted
The
by
majority of your
migration over
studies
time.
are flawed. That's what I'm
They're not
telling
my
you.
studies.
Right.
Neither of us are economists. It's the economist studies.
Don't assume who I am.
Are you an economist?
I could be.
But
Right?
are you?
I could be.
Are you?
I'm not going to tell you.
Are you?
I'm
Are
going to
you?
major in economics, right?
Are you an economist?
No, not right now.
Okay, so when I said neither is economist, I was correct.
Just don't assume
To use your
things.
favorite word.
See-
But the biggest lesson of all, from my appearance on Jubilee, is lesson number 7. Don't debate fascists. They don't believe in debate or democracy. I had to explain this to Connor, the self-proclaimed and now unemployed fascist, who, by the way, I had no idea was a fascist before I turned up to do the Jubilee debate with those 20 people in that studio.
I wouldn't want to hurt
don't
you or
debate.
anything like that, but
What are we
quite
doing
frankly,
here? I don't debate fascists.
okay. So do you concede then? I mean, why?
Do I
wh-
concede you're a fascist who won't condemn the Nazis?
Yeah.
Yes, I concede that.
Okay, great. So I mean, what are we doing here? Because I mean, you
don't
just seem
know what
offended.
you're doing here,
You
to be
just seem
honest.
offended, to be quite frankly. Like
I'm offended by people who can't condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am. I had to explain it to others in that surrounded circle too, who couldn't seem to understand why I believe there is no value in debating people who don't believe in human equality, human dignity, truth, reality, who subscribe to an ideology, fascism, that is violent at its very core. And so with those people, a debate is just not worth it. In fact, with those people, a good faith debate is just not possible.
So what I'm confused about is you've refused to debate people that have disagreed with you because you said that they're racist or they're fascist, right?
No. If we're going to do facts, they said they were racist and fascist. Get your facts right before you start
Okay,
arguing.
so isn't the whole entire point of a debate to debate people that you don't agree with?
I don't debate people who don't see me, A, as equal. No point. Or B, support democracy, because that would undermine the whole idea of the debate. If you don't support democracy, as our friend here doesn't, and support General Franco, then what is the point of a debate? The First Amendment doesn't mean you have to debate everyone. Somebody comes up to you in the street and starts talking to you, you don't have an obligation to carry on talking to them. I'm sure you go about your business. Somebody comes up to you in the subway and sits next to you and starts ranting in your face. You're not going to start debating.
So everybody here in this
everyone here has hygiene standards, as do you. There are people you wouldn't debate, I'm sure, as well. So debating open fascists isn't a good use of time. And had I known beforehand that some of those folks would be open fascists and racists, I probably wouldn't have done that debate. But to be clear, I don't do debates to try and change my opponent's minds. I do it to try and win the hearts and minds of the people watching in the audience or at home on YouTube, to try and persuade the neutrals in the crowd. And so I do hope I got through to some of the 10 million people who have so far watched it on YouTube, watched that Jubilee debate. And I also hope that you now, watching this, have learned some key lessons when it comes to debate, argument, persuasion, rhetoric. You can do all of this too in your own debates. I know you can. Thank you for watching. Did you like this video? Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on notifications. For exclusive content and to support our independent, unfiltered journalism, head over to zeteo.com. Your support matters.